Hello. Welcome to our technically challenged live stream where I
Live
forget to
stream.
push go live. It's a live stream now. I'm Melissa Peters, and this is Samantha Osei, and we are doing what we're calling conscious action towards success, which are 4 25-minute productivity sprints with 5-minute breaks in between. So if you're watching this, welcome. Let us know what you're working on down below. Samantha, do you want to tell us again what you're working on tonight?
Yes. Well, I got to practice, so that's good. So, what I was saying beforehand is that back at the beginning of January, or the end of last year, Melissa and I decided that we were going to write short stories each month, or try to, for a variety of different reasons between the two of us. And even though it's February, I'm still working on my January short story. So I am going to be working on that until it's finished, which may be the end of February. But Melissa, what are you working on tonight?
I will be reading the developmental edit of, well, I'll be reading book 2 of my YA Cozy Horror series and doing a developmental edit. And maybe working on my short story that's turned into a novel, if I feel like I can pull some creative juices out of my brain.
Excellent.
My practice run was way better than my second run.
Usually that's the way it is for me also. The one thing that I don't know if a lot of people do or have thought of that you do, and I thought maybe you might want to share, is how you get a copy of your draft in book form. Do you want to?
This is
I thought that might be something good to share.
Yeah, this is the first time I've ordered a proof copy. Where is it? This is not the. Where's my camera? This is not the final cover. This is just something I made up quickly on Canva. I ordered a proof because I wanted it printed. I didn't want to have to go to Staples and have an 8.5 by 11 paper to go through. So I just uploaded it to Amazon, and it's way more exciting to get a book than it is a packet of papers that you staple together or put in a binder. So
That's
it feels
true.
like you're
Yeah.
reading a book.
So
So I'm gonna go.
did you do that on your first book, or did you do? Uh, excuse me.
Not until I was almost to the point where not until I was thinking about formatting it. So I did it, and I read through, even though it had been edited professionally. I read through and I caught a few things that I wanted to change, and I did it 3 or 4 times until I was happy. First, I wanted to lighten the cover a bit, and then there were some spacing issues and just some general formatting issues that I wanted to fix, as well as a few typos that I caught going through it a few times extra. Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was a really good idea because I know I see typos differently when I'm actually reading a book versus on the screen or even on regular 8 by 11 paper. So,
Yeah, and I think even though I pay shipping for a author copy, I think, or a proof copy, it works out to about the same amount of money.
Okay.
And it looks so much nicer. So
Yeah. Cool. Nice.
Yeah, and it saves me from having to leave the house if I don't want to.
Well, there's that too. You
Get
got to
delivered
have
right to my
all
house.
the benefits in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it took literally like 2 days. Ordered it 2 days later. I had it on my doorstep.
That's really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably costs a lot. Like, I was thinking it would cost less in general for, as far as like paper and whatnot, than like the 8 by 11s, but maybe not.
It might not be as environmentally friendly because they have to ship it, but it
Oh,
does
yeah.
use half the amount of paper.
Right.
Probably like a third the amount of paper because I would double space it on 8.5 by 11 and print
Right.
one side.
Right.
So, yeah. And it feels nice. Feels like
It feels nice. And it starts to help you visualize the completion of the project, I would imagine.
mhm. Yeah, it does. I'm very excited to be done.
I'm excited for you to be done so I
I
can
love.
read another book.
I really struggled with this one, like, to rewrite. It was very hard to keep myself focused.
Hmm.
I did it.
It's writing a book is not easy. I don't know where people think that this is an easy process. And some of us, like myself, make it 100 times more difficult by questioning ourselves throughout the whole process. So, although that might be what every author does in the beginning anyway. So,
I have people who think just because I've written one book, I'm automatically rich. And I'm like, that's hilarious. I haven't sold that many copies of my book. I've given
you're
away more
like,
than I've sold.
yes, I am. And because of that, you want to give me your money.
Yeah. And then I've had people who are like, "You're a writer? I have a story idea. You should write it." And I'm like, "That's not how it works. I'll have a story idea. I'll write it.
You're like,
You write your own story."
I'll do
That's
that, but you have to pay me a lot of money. It's called ghostwriting.
true. Yeah.
And then you get to try and sell the book while you, as the writer of it, have already been
Hmm.
paid.
Yeah.
That,
That's not a bad deal. Really.
I
There
know.
was
You're
a.
like,
We're reading a book by one of the actors from Stranger Things for my other book club that I'm in, and it was ghost written. And people apparently are really mad about credit not going to the ghostwriter. But that's the whole point of ghostwriting, I thought, was to write a book, get
generally,
paid for it. And typically you don't have your name on the cover because you give away those rights by accepting the money.
right. And that would have been in the deal. Like if the ghostwriter
Yeah.
wanted some kind of, accolade or whatever in the book, like in the acknowledgments, saying, I
Hmm.
couldn't do it without you, without saying what capacity the person was in, that would have been in the contract.
Yeah. I just thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
That there's so much uproar about ghostwriting.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know how much ghostwriters get paid, but depending on how much they pay me, I would take the money and write somebody's story.
Well, I had looked into it several years ago, and I was going to do a ghostwriting job for like doing a memoir, a family memoir, and they were going to pay me $14,000 for that, and that was back in 2009.
All
So,
right.
um, considering, you know, I didn't know what the heck I was doing, I thought that was a really generous offer.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would struggle though with my own writing. Like, when do I get to tell my stories? But
Yeah, there's
maybe
that. Mhm.
a full time writer would be different. But
Yeah. It, I, yeah, I think it would be difficult if, someone like you who constantly have ideas coming through for your own work, um, to balance that. But I don't know. I guess it depends on how long the ghost written, um,
mhm.
book or whatever it is.
And how fast that person is able to write too.
Right.
Like, if you can write 10,000 words a day, you can get a lot of stories out there.
Yeah.
But I can't, not easily.
Like, we do still need to do one of our all day sprints though. Maybe we should do figure that out and do some live streaming of that at some point.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I was thinking this Friday. I wasn't thinking about live streaming it, but maybe I'll do a portion of the day. But I'd like to sit down on Friday. I'm off and try to get
Lucky.
A lot of work then.
I do have 2 days off the following week, but I will be traveling. So,
Oh, okay.
so
No live sprints then.
yeah, no, no. But, well, should we start
Uh,
a sprint?
we can definitely do that. I will push go and I'll see you in 25 minutes.
All right, sounds good. All right.
Welcome back.
Was that one of your cats running
That
around?
sound. No, that's Becca. She's doing something with the cans.
Got it.
Yeah.
How did
How did that go
that
for you?
go? For me, I'm working on scene 5, and I think I'll have probably 13 or 15 scenes in this short story. And I just copied and pasted everything that I have that's related to scene 5. But it says I only added 167 words, so I'm pretty sure I had more than that. But that's okay. It's fine.
Come in.
So I'm so I've got a lot of rewriting to do on this scene because I've made some changes from the previous scenes. So I've been doing some research because I don't know much about 18th century ship, like anything about them. So I'm trying to make sure that my lingo is at least somewhat realistic. So that's what I've been doing, kind of rewriting some things, but then doing a lot more research. So,
Cool. That's good.
and did you get some reading done?
Yeah, I was a little distracted by the kitten. She's adorable. I did one in a little bit of a chapter, and there's one thing that I know that I need to fix. It's not a major plot thing, but it's a detail that I actually didn't reveal till later in the book, but I revealed it on like the second page. So I need to fix that.
You're like,
overall, yeah, it's not terrible. Like, I wouldn't return the book if I'd bought it off of Amazon and I was reading it. But I can make it a lot better. So,
right.
like you had said, I do a lot of passive voice in my first couple drafts, and I'm noticing some of that. And then there is just some rephrasing that I want to do. A few words like everyone should actually be 2 words in this case. There's just a few little things that I want to tweak, and then I'll obviously do deeper edits later.
Right.
But being able to identify them shows me that I'm making an improvement in that regard too, which is great.
Right. Exactly. And that's one thing that I noticed because I put my scenes through autocrit, and I'm terrible at repeating words. That's a big thing for me. And in this case, one of the words is gold. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to change that word?
Yeah.
I'm like, well, money, or treasure, or, coins.
We could have like one of those fish from Finding Nemo who is like bubbles. You could have like somebody who goes sparkly, or I don't know. Probably not very helpful.
Might not go with the whole ambiance of the pirate kind of theme of, Captain Tristan Murray Youngblood's like, sparkles!
It might be right up my alley, but I read a lot of male romance, gay romance. So.
Right. And this is that's not the right genre for this. So
I also love comedic books, but I feel like you might have some comedic scenes, but maybe that's just a little bit too far over the edge.
Maybe. Yeah. I don't know. I would like to be able to write comedy, but I think that's going to be in a different manner, a different short story. Although, like I said, I do have gorillas and little tiny men in this story.
I might work on comedic writing eventually too. Like, I enjoy reading it.
Yeah.
So I should probably practice writing it as well.
Yeah. Look, it's a cat.
Hey, aw. You want to see another cat? Right here. Oh, he's sweet.
My cat is
And she's
sleeping. And if I bug her, she will just be on top of this desk for the rest of the time. So
yes,
I will leave her be.
we'll leave her alone.
Yeah, for sure.
It's almost Zoomy time, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Is that like when your clock rings a certain time of night and then suddenly they start zooming around?
Yes. Yeah, they are. They've had their after dinner nap where they try to steal my food and then they go to sleep. And
Mhm.
now they're ready to get crazy until I'm trying to sleep. And then they still go crazy. And eventually they'll quiet down and fall asleep. But it'll take an hour or two.
Yeah. They need a lot of downtime to get all their energy out. So,
Yeah.
understood.
Should
Well,
we
should we?
do it our next sprint?
Yep, let's do it.
All right. I will push start. See you in
All right.
25.
Well, number two. So, and did your reading go just as well?
Yeah, about the same amount. My headache is getting worse, so I'm drinking tons of water now. But
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
put my little ice pack. There's the sleeping head thing. You put your hair out the
Mhm.
top of it, and you pull it. It's like an eye mask that's made out of ice.
Right.
So I put that in the freezer when I go to bed tonight.
Oh, good. Yeah. I had some headaches earlier today. Thankfully, they left. I was like, oh, I hope I don't have this during our thing. Maybe I gave them to you. Sorry.
That's okay.
Not
I think it's the
not
weather.
not planned.
When I look back
Um,
on it, it was coming over the weekend too. So
oh, yeah. The weather does that to me as well. All the different changes in the atmospheric pressure. So,
mm-hmm.
yeah. Well, I did okay. I got about 350 words in. So, um, and they're all new words. I wasn't rewriting anything, so because I'm adding something that wasn't in this scene before, so that's
That's
good.
fun.
Um, yeah, kind of. I don't know. We'll see if it stays in there in the final rendition, but you know. So, but you know what I like about doing something that I haven't done before? Like I've never written about pirates is just, having something different. And you're like, oh, I'm trying to think like how a pirate would be during that time frame and how they would talk. And I have no idea. My reference is the Pirates of the Caribbean, which probably is not the best reference, but so
Yeah.
I'm like,
I'm I'm actually feeling really excited to get into the edits for this book. I'm sure that will change when I've read it 10 times, but it's gone goofy again.
yeah, it's a
I'll just
little
wait till I can see
laggy.
that you're not frozen anymore. Yeah, that's too bad. But yes, I'm looking forward to getting into edits, kind of for that same reason. Like, it's so much fun to explore different characters and the world.
Hmm. So, editing the Eatery on E Street or Fin and Bone?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing the developmental edits right now, and it's so hard not to just pull up my document and just start making changes, but I want to read it
Mm,
first. So it's good to
yeah.
be excited about it. I'm sure in 10 edits, I won't be excited about it. Um, I also found a line I would like to, it's an amazing line that I would like to share with you.
Excellent.
It's Liam seems to deflate, all his eagerness deflating. It's really good.
I'll put that in the quote on my newsletter.
It's going to sell my book.
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, it's really good. I highlighted it. It was so good.
Yeah, like double star that sucker. Most
I forgot.
highlighted of all Kindle
This is a rewrite. How did I have that in my rewrite?
because it was such a good sentence.
I had to keep it.
Sometimes I think we skip over the sentences that we're like, this really shouldn't have been in there to begin with. So I'm just going to pretend it's not there.
Yeah, I hope that's what I did, and I hope I didn't just add it in the second time around.
Well, then technically for that sentence, it would be the first draft.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting the kitty all the time. That's awesome.
Hmm. It's the same video. That's kind of surprising.
So, so cute.
It
It
is
might
cute.
be because I don't want to get more emails, so I haven't logged in or signed up with Wonderspace.
Mm,
Um, so I'm using the free thing, so I just repeat the timer over and over again instead of having it continue.
right.
So that might be why it's showing me the same one over again.
Might be.
But I don't mind the kitty. He's cute. Look at him. He's so sleepy.
Yeah. It
My
feels
cat
like
does
me
that sometimes, and I think he's dead.
sometimes.
Anyway, should we do our third sprint?
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay. Um,
Maybe. And there we go.
good luck.
All right. That sounded like some kind of spiritual awakening. um, so for me, I decided to
Oh,
watch some of
yeah.
Publish and Subscribe. So that's what I've been doing this whole time.
Sorry, I was having technical difficulties again. What did you say?
Then I watched part of Publish and Thrive. So
Oh, nice.
so for those who may be here, Publish and Thrive is a course by Sarah Cannon, which she teaches you how to publish and thrive. I know, so simple. So it's a 6-week course, and I am on module 1, but lots of information already.
That's awesome. I meant to do it this time around, but I haven't restarted it again. I do love that she has the podcast option.
Yeah, I yesterday I started watching this while I was working. Hope no one from work shows up.
We have 0 viewers right now, so which is good
Likelihood
because
is
I'm not being paying attention.
yeah. How did this go for you?
How did it's good. I'm again very distracted. I definitely have some fixes to do, but I'm enjoying the story so far.
That's good.
Well, hopefully that will continue throughout the whole novel.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm a little bit more humorous than I had thought because I've been chuckling at some of these points. So,
That's good. It's good.
Yeah.
If you can make yourself laugh, maybe you can make others laugh too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna do more writing, but because I spent quite a few hours yesterday working on that story, and Sunday, so I was like, okay, I did, a couple sprints. Let me put my brain elsewhere.
Mm-hmm.
So for a little while.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you want to do another 25-minute sprint, or should we modify it for like 15? So we end on
We can. Let's go ahead and modify it for 15.
Yeah, I can read for the 25 minutes, but I'm more than happy to go to bed 10 minutes earlier. So
Right. Yeah. Why don't we go ahead and modify it? That way, we're pretty much on time for the sprints, and since no one else is here,
yeah,
I think that's okay.
I think so too. I told my sister if she wanted, she's my cover designer.
Mm-hmm.
She did not make this cover. She made the nice one, which I don't have yet. She's working on Eatery on East Street, and it looks real, like the graphic for it is really beautiful. I'm very excited.
Oh, nice. That's
color.
awesome.
Yeah. She asked me if I wanted to change anything, and I was like, no, I love it, even black and white, how it is. I'm very excited.
That is.
But I told her about our sprints, so she didn't join us this night, but she might join us in the future.
Yeah. Apparently, Bailey already had all of his accounting stuff done. So.
Good for him.
So yeah, he had finished that up. So I don't think he'll be joining us anymore unless he figures out some other project to work on. So
yeah, that's fair.
So, but one of my friends did subscribe to my channel, so maybe she's a painter, and she's able to, and I know, and do some painting. That would be kind of
Yeah. I think it'd be really cool if my sister was working on my cover while I was working on like edits or something.
yeah, definitely. All
But
right.
it's nice to know it's almost done. I might be able to speed up my release date on this depending on how edits go and um, if I am able to get into my editor
Right.
for
Have you
edits.
um have you contacted her yet on that?
I haven't. I want to do as much as I can on my own before I reach out to her
Understood.
because
Oh,
I
she's probably going to ask for another sample. Is that what
yeah
you think?
exactly. Yeah, I
Okay.
think so. And I
Understood.
want to prove that I listened to her advice the last time and I've learned from it and I'm a better writer than I was the first time. So.
Right. And then hopefully the bill will go down in conjunction with that. Right.
Yes, hopefully she won't be like, hey, it's I quoted you this price, but it's actually this price. Hopefully it'll
Right.
go the opposite way.
And it's less, right?
Yeah,
It's not,
yeah,
it's less. Yeah, that would be good. Well, we'll see how, once this is done, then I have to start editing my African romance, sus- romantic suspense. Yeah.
yeah, that's awesome.
So,
That'll be exciting. I look forward to hearing more about that. I also should do my romance that we wrote because we both wrote romance in November for
yeah.
anyone who's watching later. I need to go back and look at mine, but I wanted to finish this before I did that because I don't think I can edit two things at one time. I mean, I could probably, but I don't want to split my focus right now.
Yeah. Understood completely. So, all right. Well,
Okay.
shall we do our 15-minute sprint?
Yeah, sounds good. See you soon.
All right. Well, another Tuesday.
That sounded sad.
It sounded
I
sad.
think I got in the hot book, but I didn't read that much. I read like 58 pages.
It's not too bad because you're going through. It's not like you're just reading. You're
Yeah.
going through and jotting down information and whatnot. So, yeah.
And Smee is being determined to destroy the screen back there
Oh.
for the last sprint. So, really distressed.
Yeah, this doesn't really help much, does it?
No.
So,
how did you do that last sprint? Were you doing Publish and Thrive again?
yeah, I'm still doing Publish and Thrive. I am just finished, or let's see, what is it? I'm finishing up. This is module 1. It's like the 4th video. It's called Algorithms and How Vendors Work. So, just how, she's just going over basically how to keyword stuff all of your information.
Yeah.
Which I know is not good for Amazon. I mean, it's against Amazon, but a lot of people are doing it.
But you can still use keywords in your back matter and
Right.
stuff like that. So it is important. I should actually probably look at redoing the back matter for my book, for book 1, the blurb and stuff. I just made a mock one for this book. And absolutely nothing for this book.
Oh, hey. Fine. It's all good. Well,
yes,
I think
you should all have a keyword in your subtitle.
Yeah.
This is not called Eatery on East Street, a young adult cozy horror.
Right. I don't know. Some people say it's cheating.
I think it's fine as long as you don't get caught, but I don't want to be the one who gets caught. So
yeah, there's that line, because when you get taken off, then how long does it take for you to get back on? Right. Mm-hmm. So and then you're flagged.
Well, and some people use, like, this is their livelihood. Right now, for me, it's not. It's just my
right.
fun that I do right now.
Yeah. But I think we're done for the night, though.
Yeah.
So you want to
go
ahead, say bye to everybody.
And we bye to everybody who's not here. We'll see you in the replay, maybe.
Right.
Adios.